Good morning, this is Rachel from 4x3lines. Thank you for joining me as I go through this very quick and easy tutorial for making your own envelopes. Now, of course, envelopes are really easy to find, but it may be that you have some patterned paper you'd like to make an envelope out of. It may be you have some patterned paper you want to use up. It may also be that you've tea dyed your own paper, or otherwise nature or eco dyed it, and you want to make an envelope out of that. So this is just a really quick, easy tutorial to show you how to do that. I have a number of easy tutorials between the 5 and 15 minute mark, which are great for beginners as well as more experienced crafters looking for new ideas. For this tutorial, you will need a ruler, a pencil, a square piece of paper, and it does need to be square. So just before you start, you can always measure both the length and width just to make sure that it is square. And then double-sided tape or glue, depending on which you prefer to work with. Optional, corner punch, eraser for rubbing out the pencil line, and a paper folding tool if you want to use one, though you can just easily fold with your fingers, that's fine. Okay, so very, very easy, as I say. Flip the paper over. Unless, of course, you was to make an envelope where that's on the lining, which would be probably quite a nice idea. And you just draw a diagonal line. Okay, have I popped that out? Yes, that is working. Now you need to then work out how long this is. Divide it by 3 so you can work out what 2/3 of it are. And then make a mark that's roughly 2/3 down. So I'm going to go with about 17 centimeters that way, 17 centimeters that way. So I've got these 2 marks here. So what I do is I take one of the corners and I fold to the further mark, and then either use your finger or your bone folding tool, turn around and open that flap back up, fold again. I'll just pop that down. So again, I've gone to the furthest mark to show the 2/3, and then you've got both of those. Now what I tend to do is just eyeball this next bit, so roughly line that up, and then I'd use that to create a fold. So I'm just using my ruler as a straight edge there, and going along there. And I've just realised, you know what else you're going to need for this tutorial? Scissors. So give me a moment. I will also write scissors on here. It's been ages since I did a tutorial. There's been a lot going on. So anyway, there you have your basic template for your envelope. Now I've just got to grab my scissors. And then you open your template up. This is when, if you want, you can rub out the line. It's entirely up to you. And then you just do little, I tend to do little curving ones. It's up to you. The reason why you don't want to literally follow the fold is because you need a little bit of space for the envelopes to shut. And in a moment, when I finish cutting these bits, I will fold them and just make sure I don't need to take any more out. So get rid of those little scruffy bits. No, that seems to be folding fine. So then I'd check which way up. If there was an up, if it's plain, there doesn't need to be an up, but that's the way I'd want that envelope to be up. Now, if you wanted to have a lined envelope, you could just flip them around there. So you'd have a nice white envelope for sending, but then say for Happy Mail, your pen pal or whoever you're writing to would open and have this on the inside. That could be quite nice too. So then I would just do on here, get a couple of strips of double-sided tape or glue. It's whatever you prefer to work with. I just find double-sided glue is easier for this because sometimes, especially if you're using a bit of a sploogey glue, sometimes it will then go on the inside of the envelope and your envelope will be glued shut, which isn't really what you're looking for. So then just peel off those bits. Oh, hold them down, and there you go. And there is your very easily made envelope. Now if you wanted to, you could go around, obviously I've sealed it so you can't do that now, and you could always punch the corners, but again, that's entirely up to you. So I hope you've found this tutorial useful and that it inspires you to make something today, even if it's just a batch of fun envelopes, possibly using up some patterned paper that you've had and haven't known what to do with, but maybe for Happy Mail or on the inside of the Happy Mail, like I said, it would work. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me for this short tutorial. Thank you. Bye.